Hey guys, welcome to another episode. So it's been a little while, a few days, but still waiting on parts. I was hoping they were going to be here yesterday, but turns out they only just got shipped out yesterday. So I probably won't see those till early next week, hopefully. Maybe on the weekend, because I think FedEx ships on the weekend too. But some things have happened, so I've got something to show you here that well, I'll just show you it. So right now I'm probably gonna leave this motor stock and I'm gonna learn to tune on this one. Just cause I won't be afraid of hurting it, but I also got another one. Now this one is actually a low mileage one. Somebody got a barn find, and this one's actually only has 20,000 kilometers on it, which is perfect. So I'm gonna build this one on the side. I'm not sure for what yet, maybe just 600 horsepower, because they do make different size rods for, I think they make 1,000 horsepower rods. I don't know if it's Eagle that makes them or Brian Crower, but I'll be looking into that. It won't be built right away. It'll be some time before I dig into this one, but it was a deal I couldn't refuse. It came with a new clutch, and the clutch was actually stage 3, which is up here. It's only got 2,000 kilometers on it, so it's got, you can see there, the 6-puck I think it is, which is perfect. I might end up dropping the transmission out of this and throwing that in there for this motor. Yeah, and so I can actually show you guys how to do the EGR delete now, and you'll get a good view of everything. You can do this in the car, it doesn't have to be out like this, just easier when it is out. But yeah, I'll go through everything quickly. It's not a lot to delete, it's really easy. So like all these can go, this whole bracket can come off, and then all these little vacuum lines, they come off. This recirculation valve comes off, and then like on previous episodes I left this piece on. You can take this off too and build a block off plate, but either way you're gonna need to build a block off plate. You don't need a weld or anything, it's just a piece of plate and drill some holes. Also, there's this here. It comes with all these vacuum lines on it. There's one more that comes on it. It's actually this all goes to your charcoal canister. So your charcoal canister sits right here, I think, right up here somewhere. That can get deleted. You don't need that anymore. And then this bracket, see if I can zoom in here for you. It's this bolt, and you can see these 3 like tubes. So that bracket gets deleted. This whole thing, you can take this whole thing out. You don't have to, but I just did it to make it look cleaner. This piece comes off. This can get deleted. Over here, this gets deleted as well. You can take this off. It goes into that 3-piece thing again. I think that's pretty much it. You can delete these too. I haven't deleted them on my car. You can delete this one and this one down here. I believe it's tucked away, but they're mainly there, I think, to start for cold weather. And actually, this one might be the idle control, so maybe you can't delete that one. It's been a while since I read up on it, but maybe you have to keep this one, and maybe it's this one you delete. I think this one's for the cold starts, but anyway, I'm gonna start tearing into this one and basically delete everything that I have deleted on this motor currently. So I'll just do a quick time lapse of that, and then once I'm done I'll show you everything that I took off. And oh, also I can't forget about this. This here, like I showed in a previous episode, is where this is what actuates the butterfly valves. So this all can get deleted, and then same process, take the intake off and delete all this, take the butterfly flaps off and stuff. So I won't be doing that this episode, but I'm just going to get all this stuff out on the outside that I can reach off, and then when it comes time to build this motor, I'm going to have to take the intake off anyway. I'm just going to keep it on so I don't have to have a bunch of parts laying around, but most of these will be going in the scrap. But yeah, this motor came from a barn find. It was sitting for, I think, 17 years. The guy's wife got sick or something, and he parked it, and his wife owned it, and it only had 20,000 kilometers on it. She passed away a long time ago, and he just, I guess, never built up the courage to sell it or anything, and he finally sold it to someone, and then here we are now. I picked up this motor from him, and the other guy, S13, swapped his, so this will work out perfect for me. I got a good deal on it. I also got the ECU with it, which is perfect in case my NIS tune is screwed up. I don't think it is. So in the last episode, I might have all the problems solved. The main problems we were having was the NIS tune wasn't communicating with my computer, so I might have missed an update, as well as the tune I don't think is correct. The one that it's corrupt, I think, is what it was saying. So that can cause the fuel pump to act up like it was. There's a delay between the fuel pump kicking in, and it acts weird, which I was reading through the troubleshooting files, so hopefully that's our problem, as well as the no oil pressure issue. I think I was reading up, the oil pump is, I'll just show you on this motor, oil pump is right here. So if these sit for a while, or if you take the oil pan off, or if you're parked uphill with the engine slanted like this, so this being up, can actually drain the oil pump. So in our case, we took the pan off, and we're kind of sloped up, being on jack stands and stuff. So I'm thinking we drained it, and they don't prime by themselves. So there's a way you can do it. I have to try. Supposedly, some people are saying you have to take off this front cover, which I hope I don't have to do. But some people have gotten away with pulling their spark plugs, just dripping some oil down the cylinders and then taking the valve cover off, pouring some oil down the timing chain, which is right here, and then turning it over for a little while, just so it'll recirculate through. But I'm gonna give it a go. It might not be right away, probably till I get those parts in. If the parts don't come in by Saturday, I might put on the stock fuel regulator and try to run it just to make sure my NIS tune and everything is working, because it also says to try the NIS tune with the factory chip that comes in the factory ECU. So I'm going to give that a go as well, instead of just trying to load a tune right away. And if everything works there, if it starts right up, I'm just afraid with these injectors, like, because they're quite a bit bigger, it might not start up with the stock one. But we're going to give it a go anyway. Just try everything to root out all the problems that we can, do all the problem solving we can. I also got bolts for the exhaust, so that can be bolted up after I weld on my teardrop and cut my hole. What else? Oh, this is kind of a, I don't know, I guess kind of proof that it's a a really low mileage engine. Like, you can see how clean it is in here. Like, there's no dirt or anything piled up. Like, it hasn't seen a road a whole lot, is what I'm getting at. And you can also see on the studs, like, how clean they are, how shiny they are, as well as these ones. Like, they're all pretty much brand new, so it's pretty believable that it's only 20,000 kilometers. Yeah, so I'll tear into this EGR stuff, and then I'll quickly go through that with you guys once it's all off and show you what it looks like after.
Sitting throwing rocks across the pavement, hoping it'll cave in and swallow me whole. Wondering how the world keeps on spinning, kinda scared of living when it unfolds. Hard to see the light when everything is silent, waiting for the clear. Thankful I'm alive, but terrified of dying. But hey, I'm still here. Is it bad sometimes? I like it when I lose control. There's something in it that's so beautiful.
So I've got everything off. This is kind of what it should look like besides this valve here. You can do this in the car. It's a lot easier with it off, obviously. And this is what I was saying. You can build a plate here, or you can take this off and build one for that side. But so you'll have to take your fuel rail off. It just makes it a lot easier. And then this piece, one with all the tubes, it's okay if you damage this. You're not going to need it anyway. But you kind of have to fish it through here. You can bend it whichever way you want, and you're going to have to force it a little bit, but or you can just take the whole manifold off. You're going to have to anyway to take care of this valve. So I wanted to show you quickly, because I had this fuel rail off. I didn't really show it a whole lot when I was doing the injectors for my aftermarket injectors. So the ones I was using were STI injectors. They fit right in, nice tight fit, but they're just a little too short. So you have to shorten the rail height. So the way you do that, these tabs here, just cut them down the side. So you'd make a cut here, and then across here, and then it would leave this part hollow, and then you'd put your injectors in the rail, and then you push them all the way down as far as they go, and then you can either do little plates that you just cut out, so these with the bolt hole in them to bolt into the fuel rail, and make sure they line up and stuff, because they do move a bit. But you put your plate in, and then you push down on your aftermarket injectors. You can either mark it where it goes, or you can tack it right in place. I just tacked mine right in place. You obviously need two hands, but yeah, you push down on it, make sure your holes are lined up and stuff, and make sure your injectors are sitting like flat, and they're not like, because you can see I can twist this rail either way, so make sure they're straight and whatnot. But yeah, it was just a quick little demo for that. Thought it was a good opportunity to show that. So this is as far as I'm going to go with this. But you got to take, it's mostly a 10 and 12 millimeter socket. Nice thing about doing the EGR Delete too is you get a bunch of extra bolts, and believe it or not, a lot of these, like a lot of the bolts on the car are the same. They're either like this length, they're either this length, or this length. And honestly, a 10, 12, and a 14, you could probably take apart the whole engine bay. But yeah, so it's good to have those, because I've used a lot of them. I've actually got like a whole tray full of extra bolts here that when I did my EGR Delete, there's a bunch here, as well as other bolts. But Like I got extra flywheel bolts and stuff. So yeah, that's about as far as I'm gonna go for this episode. Next episode, like I was saying, if I don't have my parts in, I'm gonna try to put the stock regulator back on, and we'll try starting it that way, as well as putting the stock chip back in, make sure everything is good that way. Worst comes to worst, I'll take the other ECU, the one that I got from this motor, and I might plug it back in, and hopefully that'll work, and then we could have an actual first start, as well as I'm going to try to prime the oil pump before I even start it, I guess. That would probably be smart. But yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Pretty happy I got this motor for the price that I did, and as well as the parts that come along with it. So it'll be fun building this. I've never actually built a motor before, so it'll be a good learning experience. Definitely be taking my time doing that. I'm going to be slowly getting parts. It'll probably be a lot later in the year before I start building this. I'm probably going to run this whole motor set up for the whole summer if I can. And then once the winter comes again, I'll be digging into this one hopefully. But I want to learn to tune on that one like I was saying, so I'm probably still going to get it professionally tuned, but I'll get them to show me a few things, just so if I need to change some stuff or I want to up the boost one day, I don't have to keep going back to those guys. But yeah, so if you liked the video, don't forget to leave a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.